What's up, guys? Ryan with Jedha Joe back. Another video today. Well, there's 6 scale news to talk about, so I figure we'll take a minute and talk about that. I hope you guys are having a good week. Earlier this week, if you missed it, had a live stream with the fellows over at Mondo talking about the 1/6 scale Donatello and the Turtle line. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And there's a 2 week pre-order window for that, so you've got less than 2 weeks to do that. So, depending on when you're watching this video. After that, you're out of luck. So don't miss it. Check it out. Very cool piece. Today, we've got a couple things. One, we have some clones, so that's cool. I want to kind of back up. The other day, we had some Spideys that were announced, and they're already waitlisted at your favorite California location. And they didn't make very many of them, so they did 2 versions. For those, maybe you missed it. I don't know. They did a 1978 Spider-Man. They did a Japanese version, and then there's that guy. Pretty cool. And then they did the US version. So there's 2 guys. Now, essentially, as much as I can tell, like these are exactly the same figure with slightly different eyes. Like if I go, let me go to the, I guess I can go here, to the accessories section here. Let's back up and we'll get out of here, you little pop up thing. Like out of the two of the, like I had, it looked like he was missing a hand there for a second. Look at that. That was weird. He's got a camera. That's cool. Look at the eyes. Pretty cool. 2 sets of interchangeable eyepieces. That's cool. He's got a different. It does have a different base. It has different things. This is the other one's in Japanese. This one's in English. But there's the English version. Like it's cool, right? There it is. It's got this super loose suit, can be posable. That's cool. And it says they're making 600 pieces in selected markets, which is cool. And then we go to the Japanese version, and I mean, it has a different watch. That's fine, but it's essentially the same flipping thing. The belt doesn't have the belt. I mean, it's slightly different, I guess. The interior of this one, like the skeletal structure of this one, looks weird to me. I don't know. Spider bracelet. I don't. These just have zero interest for me. Like none, none. Like less than none. All right, this one's got a belt. That's cool. But the body's the same. It's got different eyes. It's got some different accessories. I just don't. Yeah, like I appreciate the origins of this and the show, and I get it, but just zero interest, like less than zero interest. And I think with it might be because I have just so many Spider-Man figures, and you guys know how many they've made. I don't know, just not for me. But that doesn't mean it won't be for you. If you want one of these, there's only 600 units of each. You're probably already sold out by the time you're watching this. You're probably not going to get this anyways. And I wouldn't be too sad about it. We got a whole nother Spider-Man film coming out that looks like it's going to be an amazing Spider-Man suit. No pun, well, I guess pun slightly intended. And I think that one's going to be awesome. And it's going to have head sculpts and things. And I just think this is a better looking figure. This one's more the nostalgia thing, and I get it. I collect nostalgia things too, so I'm not mad at it. It's just not for me. So, but I do think I like the Japanese eyes better. I just think it's just a more interesting look for if you're going for that nostalgia look. I like this one a little better, but it doesn't really matter because we'll be getting it. But I mean, why couldn't they have done this? Why couldn't they just made one version and had switch out eyes? They could have certainly gave you just a different head sculpt. Right? And look at the seam on this one here. Well, look at the seam on this one. It looks terrible. Man, that seam is terrible, terrible, terrible. So, I don't know. I guess is that okay, let me ask you this. Is this seam that's going across horizontally left to right on this figure better or worse? Well, there's one going down the middle too, on the middle of the back. At least it's not going down the middle of the face. So, there's that. I don't know. Not for me. That being said, there we go. No. What else? Well, there were some cos babies. The Batman Returns. Now, I'm on the fence with this one. Some other people have already reviewed this one. It's great. And the only reason I would get this is it doesn't look posable at all. Like it just doesn't. You can pose the cape, which is cool, but outside of that, like the figure doesn't move because the suit in the freaking film didn't move. So there's nothing wrong with it. So the only reason I would get this is to go with my Jazz Inc. diorama Batmobile. So that would be the only reason. And for that reason, I would be looking to get this at a discount at some point. Now, whether I get now, I get later, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But that would be the only reason, would be to put it next to the Batmobile. And that might be a very good reason to do that. And maybe I should just go ahead and bite the bullet, be done with it. And maybe I will. Maybe I just talk myself into buying this for that reason. So I do have the Jazz Inc. diorama Batmobile, and it is humongous, and it is sitting about 6 foot high, 7 foot high on a shelf right now, way up, because that's the only place I got to put it at the moment. So it'd be kind of cool to have Batman standing up there on the shelf in my work office and kind of hang out there. I don't know. I don't know. The car is kind of cool by itself. So I don't know. Anyway, so there was that one. The Predator thing, I have zero interest in that, so we won't talk about that. But Hot Toys has, and there's other news other than Hot Toys. Hot Toys has given us finally, after all these years, the 212th Troopers. So and I think they're cool. So I'll get 2 of these. I'm going to get the Deluxe because I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to get the regular. Certainly for the price difference, which will be 10 or 15 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever it is. It's better just to get the accessories. But we're finally going to get a 212th Battalion to go with Kenobi, to go with Cody, go with our Airborne Trooper. It's going to be sick. Magnetic launcher on the back. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty sick. But I'll get 2 of these. I army built the 501st, and I got the regular, the non-marked clones. I got 6 of those, the clean versions, and then I don't know how many 501st. I have a lot. And then I didn't get the Kenobi versions. Didn't need that. Didn't like the coloration of that. But the 212 version, I think I got to get 2 of these. I don't think I need 6 because right now my collection is getting a little bloated, and it's time for a purge. And I won't be purging clones, but it's time for a purge. And adding to it might be probably don't need 6 of these guys. But posability looks great. They're gonna have ratcheted joints. It's gonna be great. The accessories look cool. Sand base, that's fine. I don't really think it needs a sand base because it doesn't match the other clones. The other clones just have the flat, the gray base. So this one's not gonna match. If you're using display sand, it's not gonna match your other clones, which is pretty stupid. But that being said, it's pretty cool. I like having the launcher on the back. That's cool. We haven't seen that before, so that's new. We got the Z6 rotary blaster. That's pretty cool. Or is the Z6 the launcher? I think the Z6 was actually the previous launcher. This is just a rotary blaster, but I think I think it's cool. I dig it. So I'll get 2 of these. If you want one, check out Pop Collectibles. That's where I'll be getting mine. But yeah, I think it looks sick. Airborne Trooper is there. Mine's still in a box. I need to open that stupid thing. I've just been busy. So what do we got? Magnetically attachable thermal detonators. That's new. That's cool. And utility pouches. That's cool, man. I like it. That's cool. I dig that. Mortar with 2 display styles. I like that. Of course, we already got the mortar with one of the Book of Boba Fett guys. The artillery troop. Yeah, artillery trooper. The yellow one, not the ketchup one, the mustard one. So we already have that. So this is a repaint of that with some, looks like a better paint application, honestly. Looks like it's got some weathering on it. Phase 1 and Phase 2, love that. This is the set. I think not getting the Deluxe would be a mistake. You're missing out on the visor, you're missing out on the Phase 1 helmet, you're missing out on the mortar and the rotary blaster. I think that would be silly. So that being said, I will be adding 2 of those to the collection whenever they decide to drop that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty cool stuff. So let me know your thoughts on this. InArt stuff as well. They did a Snape. I'll do a separate video on InArt. We got an InArt announcement coming soon. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. Stay tuned to the channel for that. And as always, click what you like. See you next time.